Happy Friday. Is anybody else so exhausted? Like, I'm very tired. I'm just like drained. It's just been a crazy couple weeks. And, Christmas is next week. It doesn't really feel like the holidays. So I feel like everybody could use a little pick-me-up. So that's why I picked this week's topic, which is how to build your self-esteem. I feel like sometimes we just have to give ourselves a little pep talk. We need to focus on our confidence, focus on our self-esteem. So that is what today's talk is about. So 5 tips on how to build your self-esteem. The first one being acknowledge your personal strengths. So it's really important to spend some time acknowledging, developing, and embracing what you do best and giving your strengths the attention they deserve. So figure out what your strengths are, really hone in on things that amplify those strengths and that make you feel really good about yourself. So think of mastery, things that you already feel really confident and really good in, really focus your attention on those. Tip number 2 is search for opportunities to be optimistic. So I have always been kind of like a glass half full type of gal. I always get all the time oh my gosh, you're so optimistic or so happy all the time. And that is absolutely a way to keep me going in times that are really good and in times that are really challenging. I really cling on to hope and, try to see the purpose in the pain, or I always say there's a reason for the season. So I always try to hang on to those thoughts that really bring me an element of hope or gratitude or optimism. So I really think that having an optimistic outlook on just life and situations can help us stay resilient and stay confident regardless of if we're in, a great season of life or a really challenging season of life. So tip number 3 is to be aware of your inner critic, okay? Everybody has one. Amber talked about this past Wednesday. It is so important. This voice inside our heads is and can be responsible for reaffirming destructive, negative thoughts about ourselves. So we have to be aware of our tendency to speak negative things over ourselves. We have to have awareness about it and then be able to challenge it and replace it with positive affirmations. I'm realizing I'm all slumped over. I need to my chiropractor would not be happy with me after seeing this video. Okay, tip number 4, I always go on little tangents, but I'm back and I'm gonna try to sit up straight. Tip number 4, set out to do your best. So I always say aim for your best, not for perfection, okay? I'm not in the game for perfection. What even is perfection? If we already had it all figured out, what would be the point in life? I call myself a recovering perfectionist. So just aim for your best. Just do your best. Set yourself up for success by aiming for very small, attainable, and achievable goals and, things that bring tangible results. So cleaning your room, right? You set out to clean it and then you have a clean room. Doing your laundry, you set out to do it and then all your laundry is clean. Doing your dishes, you want to do the dishes, then all the dishes are clean. Set out goals that have tangible results so that you can see it and be oh my gosh, I did it. I set myself up for success. Cross it off your list. Have that feeling and sense of accomplishment. And just do your best, okay? Your best is the best. So remember that. The last tip is be your own best friend and give yourself grace. This one really just hones in on being supportive and understanding of yourself. Sometimes it helps for me to think okay, if a friend was coming to me or if a client was coming to me with what I'm saying right now, what would I say to them? How would I support them? How would I be understanding of them? How would I be non-judgmental of them? And how would I support them and give them advice and be that to yourself? So hopefully you guys liked these 5 tips to build your self-esteem. I think everybody could just use a little pep in our step, especially going into the new year. So just know that I love you guys. I'm thinking of you guys, and mwah, Happy holidays.